We're back! Did you miss me, Spock? Did you miss me? Looking for jewels, are ya? What sort of jewels may those be? Jewels that look like eyes, nose, and mouth. Gee willikers, that's creepy. But now that I think about it, I might have heard somebody mention something like that. Maybe we should try asking around town. Yeah, we have 2 now. Does it show anywhere in the menu? Nah, I guess not. But let's see here. Are we gonna do Punster Cat Mr. Beans next? Sigh, oh dear. Bean Bean. You have a minute. So my perfect little guy Toby did a bad thing. He turned up one day with a spooky looking jewel. Bean Bean. I yelled at him and told him to go throw it away. But I guess I scared him, and he ran away from home. Now I'm worried. Won't you help me search for my little Toby? Look for my Toby and Peculia. Let's go. Accepted Mr. Bean's quest. Thanks. Shall we get going? Bean Bean. Are you gonna be a guest character? Oh my good gracious. Oh my goodness. Wait, am I supposed to... Oh, do I need to wrap up Mr. White's thing for... Wait, does it want me to go out... Wait, what? Do you think you can help me? It's about my friend Ouija. Picked up this weird jewel and then it happened. So it doesn't matter which order I do it in. It doesn't matter which order I do it in. We can do Mr. Bean's thing first. Cat Mr. Bean. But yeah, anyway, I hope you have a good night there, Luna. And, what not Peculia? My goodness, I can't words today. Oh, there's a new path? Leads over to Steve Harvey over there, huh? We got a Snurp. Let's go after the Snurp. Let's go after the Snurp real quick. I can't believe we got Mr. Bean the cat here, huh? I can't believe this. Well, they don't seem very tough then, luckily. Yeah, it seems like it's a whole bunch of, like, exploring around the world to, get these jewels and whatnot so we can enter Sky Tower or Temporal Tower. Or the Tree of Life, or whatever the final dungeon of Pokemon Mystery Dungeon Gates to Infinity is that I don't recall. They gave me a bunch of gold, but like no other stuff and whatnot. Eerie Road, whoa, this is new. One of these days, maybe we'll hop back into covering PMD on the channel, but like, there's so many other games at all times, I swear. Too many games. Too many games. Ghost Mallet. Ghost Mallet. Rated R starts Friday. Well, mega explosion. We do a whole bunch of damage. Who's my grandson? I don't know why I'm thinking about this now, but thinking about like spooky, weird kind of stuff. Over the past couple days of like crazy editing, when I do a lot of something during a day, that's often what I'll dream about. Like on the days that I'll stream a lot, when I go to sleep for the night, I'll sometimes be in these like half asleep, half awake states where like I still think that I'm streaming. Well, over the past couple days of like spending more time editing than anything else, well, I dreamt that I was still editing a couple nights ago. Not last night, but a couple nights ago. I dreamt that I was still in the middle of editing. And it was weird. Because usually if I'm dreaming about anything about the channel, it's usually me dreaming that I'm still streaming. It's strange. It's very odd. But for like, the first time that I can recall at least, I dreamt that I was editing. How did I know, like when you're dreaming, you have like less control over things that were happening. So I remember I was having like trouble with editing. Must have been a nightmare. It was just weird. It was just weird and whatnot. But like, I know that since you have like way less control in freaking dreams, that, you know, it just felt like things weren't being edited the way that I wanted. Or they were, but it was like really slow and freaking wacky. Dreams are freaking weird since you have like way less control and whatnot. And speaking of having way less control, I know that in dreams, like it's a commonly accepted thing that in dreams you can't like hit hard or anything like that typically. And I have dreamt before that I've been in fights and like anytime that that I dream that, which isn't very often. Palutena, oh, is so gorgeous and yet tough as steel. Can't thank you enough. I just have to, whenever I dream that, I always just like bide my time, like deflecting and trying to deplete opponent's energy and whatnot by, you know, just parrying, and that's all I can really do. Get like the tiniest little pot shots in that do barely anything. Sometimes those kinds of dreams happen. Not very often, but sometimes, whether it be streaming, editing, or being in a fight, I guess, which isn't very often. I just dream them streaming all the time, though. But, yeah, do your Professor Oak impression. Who's my grandson? I'll be back. Who's my grandson? But, yeah, it's, there's that, I guess. I don't know why that one random battle in Miitopia made me think of that whole situation, but it did. Here, get that billiard tank. But yeah, must have been one of your fears. I don't know if any time that, like, you know, dreaming happens, it's necessarily a fear. But, like, look at him. Oh my good gracious. He's like a pool table with a billiard ball on top. It's so wacky. You want a heart gown? Sure. Go get it, Princess Waluigi. The best princess ever. A heart gown. Look at that. Always purple. Dreams are thoughts of what you think of while you're asleep, and it's also like the mind going through like the thoughts of the day and choosing what it needs to keep and what it needs to delete and whatnot. Gentleman cat suit. That sounds pretty interesting. Well then, huh? Wow. Well, that's certainly something, isn't it? That's certainly something. But there are plenty of nights that I'll dream of something that I wasn't even thinking about prior, so it's not always like the case and whatnot. There are all kinds of times that I dream about stuff that freaking is not even something that I ever recall thinking about. Is the thing. Just a minute there! Who has a never-ending thirst for fun and games? Only me, your friendly neighborhood quizmaster. Think you can find where the treasure is? Let's play treasure chest shuffle. It's probably not the gem that I'm looking for, though. Imagine if it was behind one of these games. Which chest has the treasure? You've only got one chance. Will you get the prize? My headphones are like bugging out. I just heard my audio cut for a hot second. And these are like newish headphones that I just got a couple months ago. What the hell? After I replaced another version of the same kind that my audio is completely gone on my headphones. I don't hear anything. Gosh darn, I didn't even see what chest it went into. Well, I hope somebody else is paying attention and freaking can tell me in chat. I'm gonna unplug my headphones and plug them back in. I literally cannot. I do not have sound. Do I have sound now? I still don't have sound. My sound is gone. Why is my sound gone? I'm gonna switch my input over and go into volume settings and try to reset it to my... Can't hear the game either. What? Open volume. No, not volume mixer. Sound settings. What is with these headphones? I just unplugged my headphones. I'll go into advanced audio properties here. Monitor off. Monitor and output. Monitor only, mute output. So that should fix the audio on stream at least. It seems like. Now if I plug my headphones back in, will I get audio here, I hope? Let's see. I still have no audio. The moment I plug in my headphones, it cuts out the audio on OBS? What? These headphones are new! I just got them a few months ago. What the heck? Why does this happen? What if I plug in the exact same... Hold on, I'll turn on the chat there again. What if I unplug this pair of headphones and plug back in the same type of ones that they were meant to replace? The ones that kept bugging to hell out. Maybe I just shouldn't use this brand of headphones anymore, but they're like one of the few types of headphones that go all the way over my ears and are actually comfortable for me. Like, I can't use headphones unless they go all the way over my ears, or else it gives me like wicked headaches and it's just so uncomfortable, and this is like one of the few types that actually does that. So if I can't use these... Alright, I hear nothing. Advanced audio properties. Monitor off. Now do that. I hear things again. So these look like the exact same headphones, but in reality, I have 2 pairs of the same headphones here, because these are ones that I won in the Fragapalooza Double Smash Tournament in 2019. So, like, August 2019 was when I got and started using these. And then earlier this year, they started, like, not working and dying, and I actually really like them, and I usually don't like headset headphones that much, but these are, like, ones that could actually be comfortable for my ears. So when they started dying, I got the same type again. And now this one's dying, and I plug this one back in again, and it's working for now? Do I just switch between my 2 sets of the same headphones when they're not Anyway, does anybody know what chest the thing is in? Because I did not actually see it all. We might actually lose our first one of these games. I mean, I could just cheat and look back at my stream. Is what I could do. Maybe I'll do that. Maybe I'll do that. Let's see here. Twitch.tv/AcousticHarmonia. Let's go to the videos tab. Where's the videos tab? There it is. Let's click on the current stream. And let's click to just a couple minutes ago. Right when the thing first goes in there. Alright, let's see here. So, initially, where's my controller? Here it is. You only got 1 chance. Will you get the prize? So I'm looking back at the stream from before. That's what I'm doing right now. Start. So it goes into the right one first and foremost. So, it's there. I'm just leaving my mouse cursor on it. So it's flipping back and forth a whole bunch. And it is right here. There it is. There it is. I may have cheated a little bit by watching it back, but like, you did great. I refuse to lose any of these. Congratulations. You beat me fair and square. Yeah, I totally didn't cheat. Got 3 game tickets. Thanks. Be seeing you. It makes me kind of curious what happens if I lose then. We would have absolutely lost that if I randomly guessed, but we didn't have to. We didn't have to randomly guess. Whoa! Huh. Missed some responses? Wait, how what? Oh, I had to step away? It was just me freaking trying to fix my headphones, is what it was. If you lose, you don't get anything, and then you can't go back into it. Gotcha, gotcha. So it's just one of those kinds of things, huh? I have a question about pop stars. Yeah, go ahead. When you hit monsters with your mic, doesn't it get damaged? Nope, it's one of those dent-proof microphones. Oh, okay then. A question about pop stars, huh? Why do you all sound like exactly the same and make the same boring music? I'm a Canadian. I'm an extra Canadian now by saying, eh. An HP banana. There's a letter with it? Dear pesky plumbers, I've trapped the princess in one of my many Koopa hotels. Dear Ammonia, you don't need HP bananas to taste sweet victory. Sweet, sweet victory, yeah. But here's one on the off chance that you do need one to taste victory. Harmonia got 1 HP banana that are all going to be sent to the end. That's very kind of Sparrow. It is, isn't it? It is very kind. I'm just gonna readjust and freaking play like this for a little while. You'll never run out of jokes, Bean. Yeah, look, it's literally a freaking billiard table. He's even got the holes on the different sides. Treasure. We'll go up like Carvey always. Always suggest feel safe with Mr. Bean around. Who wouldn't? Who wouldn't? Just look at freaking Mr. Bean's vacation. If you're stuck with Mr. Bean, everything will work out some way or another. You run into him. It might be a bit of a bumpy road, but it'll work out at the end of the day. But yeah, a pool table with wheels. Look, he's a billiard tank. The secret weapons that were used in like past wars that were erased from history because they didn't want you to know how strong they were. So you don't make your own billiard tank at home. Wouldn't want the general public to know about that after the billiard tables were erased from history, you know? Wouldn't want to do that. Still in one piece. I didn't get enough time to read that even. We found an inn. We found an inn. I changed my mind about playing like this. My right leg keeps falling asleep. growing closer. Cool. Get more bond. Probably likes charity together. Cool. Cool. BRB's already, Anima. Let's check in on what's going on over here. Time to strengthen our puny mortal bodies. Let's do it for the sake of our friendship. My goodness, it's so rapid if you hold the B button. Holy crap. That is very, very quick if you hold the B button. My good gracious. No, yes. Check out what's going on here. Yeah, all done chomping on the souls of the damned. It's all gone this time. That time you ate it all. Saddle up 2. How far do you have to go for freaking snort level 2? Because Professor Oak's at like 29 with the horse. But apparently still isn't there, and I don't understand. Tenderized tartar. I don't think I've ever had tartar. Crunch, crunch. What do you think of these, Professor Oak? Cool. Sandwich. I've never given Professor Oak a star sandwich, apparently. I like me some sandwiches sometimes. Sandwiches can be pretty alright. That was a quick BRB. Welcome back, Anima. If the thing for equipment is big, then I'll use my game tickets on that, just because, you know, that's a good way to get a whole bunch of gold and whatnot. So one of these is gonna lead to that thing over there. Oh, both of them, I guess, technically. What is in the chest? Ah, yeah, they do both lead that way at the end of the day, I guess. It seems like. Alright, well, okay then. You'll never run out of jokes, Mr. Beam. Mr. Beam me up, Scotty. Thanks for the game ticket. I appreciate it. Not much good at fighting. Have we seen Mr. Bean contribute? I haven't been paying attention during, like, the battles too much. Look at that billiard table tank. No, Arnold! You fall in a hole. What do you think happened? Are you okay? Buster Wolf! Guys, go on ahead without me. Don't worry. I'll be back. I'll be back. Don't worry. I'll meet you at the end. Don't worry, he'll be back. Something tells me he'll probably be back. I don't know what it is, but I have a little bit of a funny feeling, to say the least. Wait, I just now noticed freaking Anima isn't a mod here right now. I guess because freaking that time that she redeemed the time yourself out for 10 minutes thingamabob. How dare. Not okay. /mod Faith Hugger. Freaking, did it do it? It didn't say in chat whether it did it. Can I select it here? Oh, yeah, it shows badges moderate. Okay, there we go. Can I select your different badges? Oh, I can just, huh. That's interesting. That's new stuff. Shows all the badges that you have here. So it shows moderator as one of them now. So should be able to now. Should be able to do mod things again. Because you redeemed the freaking time yourself out for 10 minutes. Come on! This is so dumb. My goodness. But yeah, now you get to be a mod once again. It wasn't a hit. Thank you, thank you. Man. Can we do this? Can we? Get him, Bean. Oh, it just did the 1 damage thing that time. I think they're resistant to magical attacks, so I'll do a physical one. Oh my good gracious. This is, scary stuff. But yeah, because getting timed out removes your mod thingamabob. I was like, there's something missing here. Something is missing over here. Super robe? The hell is a super robe? Look like a freaking Power Ranger wizard. I do like this though. Imps can only take physical damage. Yeah, seems like. So thank goodness Professor Oak's attack stat is not half bad either. Thank goodness for that. Thank goodness this isn't like a Bravely Default 2 situation where you freaking randomly get, like, I'm pretty sure you can still do like a smidge of magical damage, but thank goodness it's not like none. I think I might be wrong. It's basically nothing. I'm freaking making a bad comparison right now. I always look for opportunities to compare things to freaking Bravely Default 2's whack thingamabob, where it's like some enemies just don't take damage at all from certain thingamabobs, but this is actually kind of close to that. But at least there's only like the 2 options of like magic or physical. like BD2 that's like, oh, used a sword? How about I just take no damage? You know? Well, Garfie's been doing a lot of chomping lately. Been doing a whole bunch of that. Da 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 da. Or whatever the heck the tune is. I just want to get the freaking Snort 2 together. Is what, gosh darn it, I hit B. Is what I would like to do. How much bond do we need to build up with the cursed horse of Christmas past before we can do that, huh? That is what I want to know. Let's go this way, go over to the thing, get that gemstone, and then enter Sky Tower, Temporal Tower, Tree of Life. I might be remembering what the name of the... Oh, we have armor. Is the name of the final dungeon in PMD3 Glacier Palace, or is it... I don't know. I don't know. That's what my memory says it might be. I'm not sure. I'm not completely certain. No problem. Flaming chili soup. Cool. Well, let's know what makes Mr. Bean tick, don't we all? Don't we all? You know, in elementary school, in my German bilingual classes, some of the movies that we watched in German to, you know, understand the language better were some Mr. Bean movies, which didn't really make a whole lot of sense because Mr. Bean as a character doesn't exactly talk a whole lot, so it's not exactly a good way to learn another language when, you know, your main character isn't really speaking much at all. But for whatever reason, there was a couple Mr. Bean movies that we saw in elementary school back in the day, now that I think about it, that I semi-forgot about until now. So that was certainly something. That was certainly something. What were all the freaking movies that we watched in class? I know when I was in high school, I think it was my final year of high school, my physics teacher for like the end of the year had us watch Interstellar, and he brought in like popcorn for the whole class. Because, you know, as a physics teacher to 12th graders, of course he'd be super hyped about a movie like Interstellar, you know. So it was like a day after finals were done or something like that. He just had to be like a movie day. So that was interesting. He was a pretty cool physics professor. And something that's really cool thinking about that professor is there was a time like a year or two ago I was catching up with some of the people that I knew through grade school and whatnot, which was like most of the same people through like all the grades, because of German bilingual there's only so many schools that in the city that freaking have German bilingual, so most of the people I was in the same classes of from like before kindergarten all the way up to grade 12. And something interesting about that physics teacher is when I was catching up with some of these people that I grew up with a year or two ago, one of them, who was like one of the most kind of like well-known troublemakers in the class, that would always be like a class clown that's always causing trouble for like the teachers and being like a problem student and all that stuff. Apparently that physics teacher inspired him to be a teacher himself. And it's like the most fitting thing because he was always like, you know, the, whoa, BFFs. What the hell? Snuggle up two together. I think it's really funny that this, you know, person that would always be like famously like the worst student, they're one of the worst students that the teachers had ever had, that's always causing trouble and whatnot, is now in university working towards being a teacher himself. I think that's awesome, and I think that he'd be like one of the greatest teachers that students could ask for, quite frankly. Like, it's a role that I never would have imagined him in initially, but like thinking about it now, it's like, my goodness, that's absolutely the role I could imagine him in. Like, that's freaking a perfect job for him. My goodness gracious. So, anyway, when it comes to that physics teacher, when it comes to that one physics teacher, apparently he was like the biggest inspiration for one of the most troublemaking students to go on and become a teacher himself. Which is so cool. You know? I'd really want to see him teach one day. Speaking of people that I want to see teach one day, one of my cousins is a freaking philosophy professor. He's still studying philosophy himself, like he's still studying a bunch of it himself, but he's also now teaching some introductory philosophy courses at a university as well. And because some stuff has been online, apparently when I asked him about it, I was like, hey, I'd love to see you teaching one day. So if that's something that, you know, if it's all in video format that I could just like see if it was on YouTube as unlisted, he was like, heck yeah, I'd be down to share that one of these days. So maybe one of these days I'll tune into one of my cousins from the next province over, teaching philosophy, because that seems like it'd be hella cool and whatnot. And speaking of him, we might bring him on to some stuff on the channel one of these days. When he was recently visiting, he was showing me Don't Starve Together, and it was something that he was apparently getting into a whole bunch recently. So, like, and he knows, like, of my channel that I do content creation and whatnot. So I had asked him, like, hey, if I picked up Don't Starve Together, would it be something you'd be down to hop into, like, games together with and whatnot? And he was like, heck yeah, that sounds like it'd be a lot of fun. And after it initially happened, after those initial conversations happened, I mentioned it on the stream one day, and my freaking German exchange partner from 8th grade, who still hangs out here from time to time, saw that and freaking gifted it to me on Steam like a couple days later. I was like, oh, well, there you go, here's Don't Starve Together. So I now own the game. I've never played Don't Starve before, but maybe one of these days, once my game queue gets a little bit crazy, I may well be doing a playthrough on this game. There may well be a playthrough happening on this channel of a game being played with a cousin of mine, which, like, we've done a few multiplayer playthroughs on the channel before, not a massive ton, but a few. This would be the first time doing one with a family member. That would be pretty fun. Toby, what are you? It's Daddy. You have to come home. Bean, Bean. Oh, guess he's not here. Huh? Oh no! Mr. Bean! What? Mr. Bean, Woof of the Wisp? What? Excuse me, what now? Huh? Mountain attack 2, I guess. Bam, there's a whole bunch of damage. But yeah, so there's a whole bunch of things to hop into on the channel in the near future here after I finish off some other games. Oh, what the heck? That's a massive heal, isn't it? My goodness. But yeah, so we gotta hop into There Is No Game for Anima in the near future. Gotta hop into some Metroid stuff before Metroid Dread releases. Gotta hop into some freaking Don't Starve Together at some point in the near future here. Gotta hop into Skyward Sword HD releasing. Gotta hop into freaking Pokemon Unite, which is a game that a lot of people forgot about, that's releasing sometime this month. Who knows when? There's still no release day announced. It's just announced that it's sometime this month, apparently. Gotta hop into freaking Splatoon 1 and 2 before 3 releases next year. Still gotta hop back into the post-game of Pokemon Platinum before the Diamond and Pearl remasters release later this year. My goodness, my freaking... There's too many games. There's too many games. I gotta freaking bum rush these games to get through them, because there's always too many games. My good gracious. Oh, nice. All those landed there. You love to see it. There's too many games. There's too many games. We gotta get through some of these games. Get them done with, because that's a satisfying thing about aside in the billiard table, that's a satisfying thing, at least, about covering games on this channel, is once I have a complete playthrough of whatever game done on this channel, it's like, that playthrough is now done on my channel until the end of time. Never have to hop into it again. You know, unless it's freaking Skyward Sword that's having its whole HD port thingamabob that we're you know, covering just for the sake of, like, you know, talking about current stuff happening within the industry of the Switch and whatnot. But my audio bugged for a hot second there. I hope these headphones don't start dying again, because again, these were the buggy ones that I replaced. So we'll see, but since the other ones are bugging out, we shall see what happens there. But yeah, anyway, that's the whole situation happening and whatnot. Yeah, we'll just keep on doing a Mega Fire is what we'll do. Always too many games, always too many games. But as they get done, then they're done and never have to be done again. Like when we're done with Miitopia, that'll be it for Miitopia. Miitopia's done on the channel, you know? Never have to do it again. If anybody ever wants to, oh, lend a hand too, cool. If anybody ever wants to see Miitopia on the channel, it'll be there and done. That's what's satisfying about it. Permanent records will be done. Mega Fire +2. Cautious. Ow. Ow, you're so mean. KK Slider isn't so popular now. Since when is KK Slider not so popular? No. Why would you do that? I'll axe again. Oh, at least he's getting to act again, though. Ah, yes, the pincer. Yes. Yes, yes, prep complete. Healing self. You just had to prep to heal yourself. Okay, well. Okay, we're almost there. Mega fire. Against the Bean Bean. Finisher. Just pops the thing. What the? Bean Bean, thank you, meow. So meowch. Watch. I don't know. I don't know. Well, that was tough. That was certainly something. Doggy donut. So yeah, that's the kind of situation with the bazillion games going on the channel right now. My goodness gracious. So, you know, gradually finishing them off. There's probably not a massive ton to Miitopia left. It seems like we can get these gems, like, pretty fast. And then I assume that the tower there is, like, the final dungeon. So it shouldn't really be that bad. There should just be, like, a smidge left. Ah, what a kerfuffle. But at least we got Toby back safely. Bean Bean. Speaking of luck, could we have that jewel? Oh, yes, of course. Here you go. Bean Bean. We got the right eye jewel. So I think we just have one left. Can we finish this game off this session? Thanks again for your help. Come on, boy, we're leaving. You finished Mr. Bean's quest. Woohoo, this is the third jewel for the skyscraper. Just one more and then the door will open. And then the Darker Lord will get his comeuppance. I've never actually seen the word comeuppance, like, spelled out. I guess that's how it's spelled. And we'll save Great Sage Morgan. Onward, team. You know, I am going into this game, like, blind, not knowing what to expect. But throughout my time in, like, the playthrough up to the midway point, I did hear kind of rumors that there might be a Darker Lord. Like, it was kind of implied. So I kind of was expecting a Darker Lord. I wasn't expecting it to wind up, you know, just becoming whoever the Great Sage was. So when it comes to characters in this game, I might have had a me prepared for who I was planning to make the Darker Lord if I could assign it. So I may or may not now have a me on my Switch I designed of Todd from Atari. Hi, I'm Todd. I'm with Atari. You might have heard of us. Roller Coaster Tycoon is a massive franchise that's yada yada, or Atari is I forget how that stupid crowdfunding thing goes. But Todd from Atari, I may have a me on my Switch of that maybe I'll never get to use now. I don't know if there is going to be other instances where we can assign some dudos, but if there is some other evil dude in the future, I'll make it Todd from Atari. But, like, we might not even get the chance. But yeah, so before the Darker Lord was revealed to just be whoever the Great Sage was, I thought that there might be a Darker Lord, since it was, like, implied to me during the time that I was streaming and whatnot. And I kind of had a Todd from Atari prepared. So, you know, there's that. The more you know.